The Testament of Solomon, the Ring of Wisdom. Introduction. The King and the Supernatural Builder. Imagine being the ruler of a golden empire, tasked with building the most magnificent temple the world has ever seen. But as your workers dig into the stone, an invisible, troubling force begins to sabotage the project. Every night, a mysterious presence drains the energy of your favorite young worker, leaving him weak and exhausted. This is the exact problem King Solomon faced, according to the ancient text written nearly 2,000 years ago, called the Testament of Solomon. Instead of a regular history book about politics or treaties, this text plays out like an ancient action fantasy narrative. It pulls back the curtain on a hidden supernatural war, showing how Solomon used ultimate wisdom and a very special gift from the heavens to conquer his fears, outsmart ancient spirits, and complete his legendary monument. Chapter 1. The Angelic Seal. The drama begins when Solomon notices his master's builder's son growing thinner and weaker by the day. Solomon calls the boy into his palace and asks, "What is happening to you?" after the sun goes down. The boy confesses that a multi-headed spirit named Orneus visits him every night, stealing his wages and sucking the energy right out of his body. Distressed, Solomon retreats to his private chambers and prays for a solution to protect his people. The heavens answer his plea. The archangel Michael descends into the throne room, holding a small, brilliant ring made of gold and set with a deeply engraved stone seal. Michael hands it to the king and says, "Take this gift, Solomon. With this seal, you will trap and control the invisible forces of the earth, and you will finish building the great temple." This ring becomes the ultimate tool of authority, allowing Solomon to command compliance from the supernatural world with a single gesture. Chapter 2. The Interview of the Spirits. Armed with the magical ring, Solomon returns to the construction site. He summons Orneus, the spirit bothering the boy, and presses the ring's seal against his chest. Instantly, the invisible force becomes visible, bound by the ring's power. But Solomon doesn't just lock the spirit away. He uses his incredible wisdom to turn the encounter into an interview. He demands to know the spirit's name, what tricks it plays on humans, and most importantly, which heavenly force has the power to defeat it. One by one, Solomon summons a whole lineup of eccentric and complex entities. He encounters a spirit of the wind, a spirit that causes sudden lapses in memory, and even a massive, legendary force that tries to boast of its power. But no matter how terrifying or tricky the entities try to be, Solomon remains perfectly calm. He uses the ring to bind them and forces them to pick up hammers, carry heavy stones, and weave cords to help construct the temple walls. Chapter 3. Outsmarting the Darkness. As the construction continues, the testament highlights that Solomon's true power wasn't just the magical ring, it was his sharp, strategic mind. The spirits constantly try to use trickery, riddles, and illusions to escape their work, but Solomon outsmarts them at every turn. In one famous scene, the spirit brags that it can predict the future and mocks the king, claiming that a specific young servant in the palace will die in just a few days. Instead of panicking, Solomon uses this information to his advantage. He alters the servant's duties, keeps him safe inside the palace walls, and watches as the days pass securely. When the servant remains perfectly healthy, the spirit's prediction fails, breaking its pride and proving that human choices and wisdom are far more powerful than any supernatural trick or spooky omen. Through wit and focus, Solomon turns his adversaries' own words against them. Chapter 4: The Danger of Losing Your Focus. However, this ancient story doesn't end with a perfect victory. It includes a powerful warning about what happens when you let your guard down. After years of ruling with perfect wisdom and successfully finishing the beautiful temple, Solomon falls into a dangerous trap. He becomes completely infatuated with a foreign princess from a neighboring land. Desperate to win her admiration, Solomon agrees to her demands to honor her local traditions and deities, completely forgetting the principles and the source of wisdom that gave him his power in the first place. The moment Solomon compromises his integrity, the magical protection fades. The text describes how the old king loses his inner peace, his clarity of mind, and his authority over the forces he once controlled. It is a sobering reminder that talent and powerful tools mean absolutely nothing if you lose your character and your focus along the way. Epilogue: The Blueprint of Self-Control. The Testament of Solomon survived for centuries because it wrapped an important lesson inside an epic supernatural adventure. You can think of the spirits in this story as ancient symbols for the modern distractions we face every day: anger, anxiety, laziness, or peer pressure. These forces can easily disrupt our plans and drain our energy if we let them run wild. Solomon's magical ring represents the power of self-discipline and focus. The text teaches us that we don't need a golden ring from an angel to conquer our challenges. By using our minds, staying sharp, asking the right questions, and keeping our integrity intact, we can master our inner worlds, lock away our bad habits, and build a spectacular future for ourselves.